Good morning, everyone. My name is Janet Spriggs, and since January of this year, it has been my privilege to serve as the president for Forsyth Technical Community College. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our students, our staff, and our faculty, welcome to Forsyth Tech. In 2020, your community college will celebrate 60 years of service to Forsyth and Stokes counties. Thank you. I agree, that deserves applause, and rest assured, we will make sure to celebrate boldly and proudly. It is our extreme pleasure to have you here today for this very special announcement. Last December, as I was preparing to assume this role, I had the honor of meeting our mayor, Alan Joines, and as president, I'm also privileged to serve on the board for the Winston-Salem Alliance. Over this past year, I have loved becoming a part of this innovative and vibrant community and have so enjoyed getting to know the leaders in Winston-Salem and Forsyth County, leaders that include our esteemed mayor, our city council, our board of commissioners. We are blessed to live in a community that cares. A little bit closer? Yeah. Sorry, I was getting hand signals from the back. I want to make sure everybody hears us. We are blessed to live in this community that cares, and in a community that has such committed and dedicated public servants. Mayor Joines' tireless efforts, along with our city council and the Alliance, on behalf of all of us, the residents, the businesses, the industries, and particularly our education community, is remarkable. I'm privileged to call Alan Joines my mayor, my colleague, and now my friend. And please join me in welcoming Mayor Joines to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Spriggs. Good morning, everyone. You've heard me say many times that you have your good days and bad days as being the mayor. This is clearly one of those good days. Let me recognize my colleague, Councilmember Denise Adams, you're going to hear from in just a moment. Also, Councilmember Jeff McIntosh is here, someplace right there. Also, delighted to have, of course, our chairman of our school board, Shay Woodbury, is here. You'll hear from her in just a moment, as well as Dr. Harrison, our school superintendent. We hear from her as well. As you know, Winston-Salem is totally committed to reducing the level of poverty in our community. And I believe that allowing our young people to obtain the education and training they need is one way, but an important way to interrupt the cycle of intergenerational poverty. President Lyndon Johnson, many years ago, when he declared war on poverty, said that he believed that education can be a passport out of poverty. And Abraham Lincoln, speaking much earlier than that, obviously, said it's our responsibility as leaders to provide these young people with an open field and a fair chance to use their industry, their enterprise, and their intelligence to compete in the race for life. So I firmly believe, and I think people in this room believe, that it's our duty and it's our responsibility to provide a solution for young people who are experiencing poverty in our community to help them find a way out of this negative economic situation. So today, I'm very happy to announce that any student who graduates from Forsyth County High School, who cannot afford to but wants to, will be able to attend Forsyth Technical Community College completely free. That's good stuff. Our Winston-Salem College Guarantee Program will provide Hope and Opportunity Scholarships, and that was a name that Dr. Spriggs came up with. I love it. That will cover tuition, fees, books, and will also assist these young people with child care if they need it, with transportation if they need it. And we'll also provide remedial programs if pre-testing indicates that they need a little bit of help with reading, math, or other basic skills. And folks, we're able to do this because of a very generous 6-year, $870,000 grant by BB&T Corporation. And you'll hear from Canty Alexander in just a moment, but Canty, we're very grateful to BB&T for this grant and this investment, really. This grant, coupled with other sources, will allow, we believe, 2,550 students to participate in this two-year technical degree program in areas such as medical technologies, aircraft maintenance, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, to name just a few, as well as to allow them to pursue a two-year degree that will allow them to move on to a four-year degree. And all of these job opportunities offer graduates with good job potential and good salaries. Let me put into perspective the economic impact of that. Let's assume that these graduates get a good job, which I think they will, with an average salary of $40,000 a year. And that's pretty doable with these jobs. As a matter of fact, Dr. Spriggs was telling me about a young lady who graduated making $70,000 coming right straight out of the program. But if you think about that, the 2,500 students, it has a potential of creating an impact of $102 million a year annually for our community. To put that in perspective, if you stacked those that salary with $100 bills, can't you? You got those at the bank. It would exceed the height of the BB&T building. So that's pretty impactful. But just kidding with that, but more importantly, these young people from these poor families can be the impetus to break that cycle of poverty for their families and allow them to live a good life. I also want to point out that this program is very complementary and supportive of our Pathways to Poverty Reduction program that we launched last year, and Art Gibble's a key part of that effort there. We are seeing poverty rates in our city decline from 26% to 21%, but obviously that's way, way too high. So I don't believe that we can overstate the importance of today's announcement. In my estimation, this is a triumph for young people who yearn for education that will allow them to get jobs but cannot afford to do it. I want to thank Dr. Spriggs and your staff for helping me and others brainstorm how to put together this very complex program as we go forward. I'd like to call Dr. Spriggs back up for her response to this announcement.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm not sure how to follow that announcement. We are so excited here at Forsyth Tech. All of us are grateful beyond measure for this incredible gift. And I want to start with my heartfelt thanks to both BB&T and the Winston-Salem Alliance for all of your hard work to make this day possible. The opportunity for higher education is one of our society's precious and most priceless commodities, especially now. Our students need education, advanced workforce preparation, and technical skills training that, as Mayor Joynes said, will help us interrupt the cycle of intergenerational poverty and help us move families ahead, both socially and economically. This generous investment in Winston-Salem and Forsyth County will help Forsyth Tech reach our vision of being a catalyst for equitable economic mobility, empowering lives, and transforming communities. But more importantly, this investment will open new doors of hope and opportunity for students who need it the most. This investment is truly a game changer and will go a long way towards breaking down barriers not only for students, but for their families and for generations to come. This investment has the ability to transform our communities and our future. We believe that we will, as you heard from the mayor, potentially serve more than 2,500 students over the lifetime of this scholarship. That's more than 2,500 empowered students who will have the opportunity to stay right here at home while they create pathways to successful careers right here in our communities. More than 2,500 empowered students committing to be a part of this county's and this city's continued economic growth and workforce transformation. This is a great place to live and work. I love my new hometown, and I believe that we are all blessed to call this special place home. But imagine the even brighter and the more vibrant future that we can create now thanks to this generous investment in higher education and workforce development. All of us here at Forsyth Tech have hundreds of success stories of our students who have overcome incredible challenges and obstacles that you cannot imagine to achieve their goals. Having the ability to make good grades is most often not the barrier to completion for our students. It's the financial and the life happens issues that get in the way of their success. Think about how many more students will be able to achieve their dreams thanks to this investment, taking the worry of how they're going to afford their education off their backs. Speaking on behalf of all of us at Forsyth Tech, we are elated and we are extremely thankful for the generosity of BB&T. Your long history in the community is now paving the way for future generations, and we are most grateful. Thank you also to the Winston-Salem Alliance Chair, Don Flo, Mayor Joines, and the entire Alliance Board for continuing to be our partner and for your outstanding support of Forsyth Tech. You know, our Chamber of Commerce tagline here in Winston-Salem is together. And I think that a few social media posts today, Mark and company, about this amazing news with the hashtag together, or the hashtag learn together, or maybe the hashtag grow together, are very welcome. In the words of Henry Ford, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. So now it's my pleasure to move us forward together by introducing Canty Alexander, the Triad Regional President for BB&T.
Well, thank you, Dr. Spriggs. On behalf of Kelly King, our Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, I'm happy to be here representing BB&T on this very exciting day. And BB&T is very committed to Forsyth County and the Triad region. Part of our mission at BB&T is to make the communities in which we work a better place to live. And this day would not be possible without the leadership and vision of Don Flo and Councilmember Dee Dee Adams and Mayor Alan Joines and Janet Spriggs. So let's give those four a big round of applause. You know, BB&T, every day I talk to our clients, and one thing that they tell me, no matter where I am, is they have a very difficult time hiring and finding good skilled workers. So what you're doing here on campus, Dr. Spriggs, is much, much needed with the training that you're providing these students. This initiative, as Alan mentioned, will allow Forsyth County graduates who cannot afford tuition and fees to receive a great degree. And what I really like about it, it begins in the summer of 2020. So this will reduce poverty, as we talked about a little bit earlier, and it'll also keep program participants right here in Forsyth County once they complete their degree. So that's going to be one of the things we look at when we put this program together. So what we see at BB&T is a win for our communities, it's a win for Forsyth Tech, and it's a win for all high school graduates right here in Forsyth County. So again, thank you for allowing BB&T to be a part of this great, monumental day. We're very excited about this program and look forward to what this we're going to see in the next 6 years. So I'll turn it over to Dr. or Dee Dee Adams right now. Dee Dee.
Good morning. What a good day today is in Winston-Salem. I'm going to start first by telling you that when a lot of people get together and they work collaboratively together, I know you've heard a lot about public-private partnerships, but we're talking public-private, nonprofit partnerships. I want to thank BB&T, the Alliance, the Mayor, the City of Winston-Salem, Dr. Spriggs, the Winston-Salem Forsyth County School System. Again, light work when we all work together. My parents came here to Winston in 1949, roll back the tape, 60 years ago. My mom and dad had the education of a 7th and 8th grader. They came to Winston like so many World War II veterans and others because of all the great jobs we had here in Winston. Reynolds, Westinghouse, Weston Electrics, the trucking companies, Piedmont Airlines, Wachovia. But it was through their work ethic and them teaching themselves, they educated themselves. Let's fast forward to now, 60 years later. Winston-Salem is doing something that, yes, is a game changer, Dr. Spriggs. This is a game changer. When we try to explain to our citizens that in order for us to be able to recruit businesses and jobs to our community, they look at whether you have a game plan in place. What are you doing to better your community? What are the educational opportunities? How are you ensuring that they're getting the skill sets they need for the new jobs that are coming down the pike? Fast forward 60 years from now, we'll be the talk of not just the town, but the talk of the nation by what we're doing here. In 2014, I had the opportunity to participate in Leadership Insight. Don Flo, Stan Kelly, Steve Berlin, the mayor, a bunch of folks, we all agreed that education is the key. Education allows a person to find a pathway out of poverty. Education allows a person to see a future, not just for themselves, but for their children. What you all are here today is we're making history. This is not just the end. And I've already put a plug in that if we can do this for high school graduates, then we should be able to do this for free pre-K for working folks, poor people, and people that can't afford to send their children there, Dr. Harrison and Chairman Woodbury, so that we can get them ready when they get to our first grade or K in Forsyth County. Again, thank you all so much. A great day in Winston-Salem. And now we're going to bring up the mastermind, Don Flo.
Thank you, Dee Dee, for those very kind words. And Mr. Mayor, how would you like being the mayor of the City of Hope, the City of Opportunity, where we do it together? That's a pretty good name, isn't it? So this is an exciting moment for us in the Winston-Salem Alliance. As Dee Dee mentioned, we've been talking about this for some time and saying, how can we bring our entire community together to look at what is the pathway out of intergenerational poverty? How can we go from being the worst to the best in the country? And so this is a start. It's just a start. This start right now focuses on how do we bring jobs to 2,550 graduates that come from here, jobs that allow them to break out of this poverty cycle they're in, not just for them, but for generation after generation that will follow that in their lives as well. We're pleased to be part of this. We're pleased to have a role in it, but I want to say it would not have happened without Kelly King. Kelly King sat in front of me. We told him the story, and he said, we're in. We're in because we believe that making the world a better place while we're a company. And this is the first start we can do to making that happen in one person's life after another, after another, after another. 2,550 lives will be changed. They will impact this community, they'll impact their families, and they will bring a voice of positive hope to this community as well. So it's a privilege to be part of this. Indeed, we are going to rise up to that challenge. We're going to look at birth to third grade as well, and we're going to look at all kinds of places along the way. But I want to thank Dr. Spriggs for opening your arms wide to this and saying, I'm up for doing this. Because when we first talked to her about this, she is a very positive person. Said, that sounds fantastic. How would we possibly pay for this? I said, well, we're fortunate to have a leader like Kelly King that will commit his resources of his company to this to make it possible. So thank you all for coming out today, celebrating this incredible moment for our community, and we look forward to what's next. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Shay Woodbury, and I am the chair of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Board of Education. And on behalf of the Board of Education and our superintendent, Dr. Harrison, we are very, very grateful. I would like to say that I do not see this as a day where the privilege is given handouts. I see this as a day where, because the privileged are blessed to have, they are empowering our community with this gift so that we can all truly enjoy our community and safeguard our democracy. So I am so forever grateful for this opportunity that has been provided for public school education. So again, I think that this opportunity is the future of education in what I would like to call community schools, where we all come together to make sure that all of our children have an opportunity for a good life, because at the end of the day, that's what I think public school education provides all children.
Well, wow, what a great day. What a great day as we're here to acknowledge and celebrate not just a game-changing event, but a life-changing event. And this is going to change our community. And on behalf of the educators and all of the children, the boys and girls in our school district, I want to say thank you. Each one of you, Don Flo from the Alliance, Mayor Joins, our commissioner, Mr. Alexander, Dr. Spriggs, each one of you has embraced our direction for the school district. You met with me early on to set some challenges or set some goals for the district, and certainly I did not know that this great opportunity would be before us with our children. And so I want you to know that we are so thankful for this investment in our children that will carry them to the next level. For many, the opportunity, again, will be life-changing and will alter the course of their respective futures in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. Long after our voices are gone, this investment will continue to pay dividends not only for our community, but for the entire state. Today we stand united. We stand united and committed behind our children, behind excellence, behind our future that's right here before us. And we hope and pray that we can move forward and have this opportunity not only work for the 2,500 students here, but for years to come and more students in our community. And I can just say we are thankful and we are appreciative, and you just need to know, again, that our children will benefit greatly, and we are so appreciative. So again, we love you.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. Maybe Don Flo likes to say, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you look back on something and that might be a time for a change in the community that would really put you in the right direction. I think today may be one of those days. So thank you all for coming. Members of the press, anybody have a question? Wes has got one, I know.
I was curious, I did the math, and it works out to about $341 per student if it's $2,500, and that seems like it's a low amount if that's free college all the way through.
Yeah, it actually works out a little over 500 basically, Wes, and the reason it works out differently is that there's less cost in the second year for a student. You got 3 cohorts of students going through the program, so we have 3 groups that will get that 2-year degree, so the second year is just a little bit less costly. It's low cost. I mean, it's very, very reasonable, and Dr. Spriggs can give you more information on that.
Thank you, Wes, for that question. And just to add a little bit of clarity as well, this money is going to be used as a last dollar grant. So essentially, students will qualify for scholarships and Pell Grants and things like that first, and it will pay for a portion or all of their tuition cost, and then the grant will pick up either books or what's remaining. So you can calculate it out by dividing 2,500, by dividing that amount of money by the number of students, but really some students will get more money from this grant and some will get less, depending on how much federal and other aid they get first. So it's really not going to be an amount of money per student. It's going to be based on each student's personal life situation and financial situation.
When the actual total cost is something over $2 million for the program, so once you made it. Other questions? Yes, please.
I heard, does it help pay for childcare?
Yes. A lot of these students certainly are coming out, maybe have families that got started early, or they may have trouble getting here, just transportation-wise. So we're trying to think about any obstacle that might be in front of someone to make sure we can help address that. Wes, got another question. I'll get 2.
$2 million, $2.5 million. What's that?
Well, that's as Dr. Spriggs mentioned, that would be coming from Pell Grants, other federal programs that might be available to the students. Supplement, exactly. Well, great. Well, thank you all for coming, being a part of this very exciting day, and we'll get started in that this summer. Thanks.